Hello and welcome St. Louis to this episode of St. Louis Presents. I'm Vern Fuller and we have a powerful show for you today, along with my co-host, Aprille Trupiano.
Hi guys.
Hi Aprille.
Woohoo! Are you ready?
I'm ready. Happy belated birthday, by the way.
Thank you.
You look...
Happy early birthday.
Not yet. Don't rush me. Don't rush me. You look fabulous today, by the way.
Thank you.
We've got a fantastic show for you today. Coming up on the show is Brenda Fraser, the president of the Gala Force and a representative of the U.S. Holocaust Museum. Also, we have wrapped up the tax season. At least you should have by now. But for all of you who did not meet the deadline and need a little guidance, we have just the guy for you. Stay tuned for tax attorney Apollo Carey, who will assist you with your tax woes.
Yes, and we also have Kimberly Johnson of Naturally Fit Studio.
Hi guys.
Hi Kimberly.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Yes. So I'm a little nervous because I'm told that you're going to make me do some work today.
I might make you work a little bit, Aprille, but I promise it won't
You're going to
hurt.
make me
It
sweat.
won't hurt.
You're going to make me glow.
But I know you're really excited to get into a swimsuit for summer, right? So,
Yeah,
right, Vern? Yes.
We want to see that.
I want
We're going to do a show on that.
I want you guys to feel good about that. So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Good. So you're going to give us some tips on how to get fit and ready for swimsuit season.
We're going to give you all kinds of tips. You know, we do full wellness. So I'm going to tell you what you need to do exercise-wise and what you need to do with inside your body with what you eat.
Okay.
Kimberly, I'm looking forward to watching April's workout.
Oh, Vern, I thought you were joining. I had it all prepared.
We'll come back to that. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to St. Louis Presents.
Hi, Aprille.
You're excited, aren't you?
I am amped. I am totally amped.
Oh, we have another great show for you guys. A lot of great guests, good information, stuff you can use. And we have some stuff going on around town, don't we?
We have the Cardinals back in season.
Yeah,
How
home
about
opener.
that? It is.
Yes, what was that, yesterday or the day before?
A couple of days ago, Aprille.
Yes, okay, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, the Cardinals are doing fantastic. I think we need a little help in our bullpen. We really have had some really exciting moments and some moments that were a little bit disappointing. But that's Cardinal ball. That's how we do it.
You know, and you know what? At the end of the day, St. Louis fans love their Cardinals, don't you guys? We love them no matter what.
The best fans in the entire world.
In the world, yes.
We are, and we are a baseball town. And I was born and raised a Cardinals fan.
Oh,
How about
there you go. See?
How about you?
It was in my family.
Did you hesitate?
I did.
Did you hesitate?
I did. But I do remember my daddy watching it, and I used to go to the games when I was young. But yeah, we'll leave it at that. It was fun, you know, family time, so that was good.
Okay.
We also have Blue Man Group coming, don't we?
Oh man, the Blue
I know
Man
you're a
Group.
huge fan.
I am a huge fan. I've
Huge
seen them
fan.
twice. The Blue Man Group will thrill St. Louis April 25th through the 27th. It is high-octane theatrical experience. Escape the ordinary and surround yourself in the art explosion of comedy, music, technology. If you've never seen the Blue Man Group, you don't want to miss this.
Yes.
If you're already a fan, you don't want to miss this.
You know, it is a lot of explosion, isn't it? Stuff's flying everywhere. I don't want to give it away.
Don't give it
But
away.
it's-
Don't give it away. But I mean, the percussion
Yes.
talent of the Blue Man
Yeah.
Group is second to none.
Yeah.
It grabs you and it doesn't let you go. It is so entertaining.
Yeah. You know, and we have to pay our respects to a couple of losses that we experienced, both on the same day. The Iron Lady,
Margaret Thatcher.
Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, who reigned, was prime minister from 79 to 90. Wow. And you know, I get the goosebumps thinking about her because you know, seeing her life story, reading about her life story, she not only paved the way, she set the standard for women who lead. You know, she did some amazing things, and you know, I'll just throw that out there about U.S. You could take the example on that one. Yes. Anyway, and we lost Annette Funicello.
Annette Funicello.
Yes. Yeah, Annette, who was famous for Beach Blanket Bingo. Beach blanket, bingo.
Are you getting ready for the swimsuit thing? Is that what
I
you're doing?
am.
Yeah, so that was, you know, that's life. We lost a couple of really,
yeah. But a tribute to really great women who gave a lot.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. In fact, we have with us Brenda Fraser. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Nice to see you, Vern, and good to see you,
Yeah,
Aprille.
always good to see you, Brenda. You've always got exciting stuff going on.
Well, you know, Lady Thatcher that you mentioned, I did get to meet 20 years ago at the Holocaust Museum where I used to work, and that set the stage for the rest of my life.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
Well, actually, when I worked at the museum, I was the first non-Jewish person they hired there, and the museum tells the story of the victims of the Holocaust, both the Jewish victims and the non-Jewish victims. And so it was a real eye-opening experience to be there, but you know, it also talks about being a bystander, and that if you don't speak out about injustice in the world, you're part of the problem instead of part of the solution. So that really made me want to get out there and change the world so that intolerance and hate doesn't continue.
And you've really brought that into what you do at Gala Force, because really, essentially what you do is you launch businesses and nonprofits, and whether they're at the beginning stage or they're just needing some momentum, you step in and help out. Why is it so important?
Well, I like to see the potential in a client, whether they're an individual or a business. My background has been predominantly working with nonprofits and helping them raise more money. I have a model called Building Abundance Fast, and it's not about building abundance slowly or someday or let's write a report about that. It's now. And so I get very hands-on with my clients, but I pick clients that are changing the world, whether they're making a difference politically or making a difference for, you know, one of the many great nonprofits that are out there or causes that are going to improve the community, basically.
Brenda, I want to backtrack a little bit. Tell us, what was it like meeting Margaret Thatcher?
Well, she was very poised. No note cards, extremely in command of her presentation. I just thought she was incredibly gracious, and she had a red poppy on, a pin, and I asked, what was that? And it was about Remembrance Day, and it was about honoring the fallen soldiers from World War I. And but she spoke without notes, and at that time I was just getting comfortable with speaking. I actually used to have a big fear of public speaking, believe it or not. But working at the Holocaust Museum, I was like thrust on the stage, and it was like, okay, you're on today. Go speak to 400 people. And so I had to personally overcome my fear of public speaking. But seeing her so confident and calm really inspired me. I just thought, wow, how did she get to that point in her life?
That was the word that came to my mind, was inspiration. Inspiration not only to step up, and inspiration not only to have grace, but also inspiration to go out and change the world. So tell us about some of your clients that you work with that are making big change in the world.
Thank you, Aprille. The first one is Missourians for Equality. It is still legal in the state of Missouri to fire someone if they're gay or lesbian, whether that's real or perceived. So that type of discrimination belongs in the past and not in our current culture. So they are running a petition drive to get on the ballot in 2014, November of 2014, to just basically take the issue to the voters and say, do you think we should end discrimination in employment and housing and public accommodations? So that's very exciting, that campaign, because that is something that 25 other states have this legislation. We don't in Missouri, certain cities and counties. So that's an exciting campaign. And then I'm also working with Give Back Marketing. And they are a brand new model. Actually, we just launched last week, and it's helping nonprofits by partnering with businesses. And this allows the businesses to get their word out, but it also helps nonprofits to raise money in a new way that they've never been able to do before.
Nice. So you've got some creativity and innovation in there as well.
Yeah, and you know, and the theme is about giving back and empowering and lifting up, I think is.
So if I'm involved with a nonprofit that is, let's say, small time, or I have a great idea of a nonprofit mission that I want to begin, and I contact you, how can you help me?
Well, first of all, it's the hardest part of starting a nonprofit or any business is really having that vision. So I help you craft that vision. Because if you have a big vision and a bold vision, you will be able to inspire other people. People follow bold vision. They follow Aprille and her work because she's pretty bold. And so it's having that big vision first. And oftentimes people maybe think that maybe the problem is this size, but really the problem is this size. So it's finding out what your passion is and trying to extract that, what your assets are, who you know, and what do you already have, and then what's the gap? What things don't you have? Do you need board members? Do you need money? Do you need to be in the media, or whatever it is? It's unique to that person or that organization. You thinking of starting a nonprofit?
There are always ideas floating around in this helmet.
Well, you should. You know, one person can make a huge difference. Tomorrow, I'm interviewing someone who started Room to Read, John Wood. This one person left his well-paid job at Microsoft to go on and start a charity that now has built 10 million libraries and has brought books to 7 million kids. That really inspires me. And he did that in 10 years. Now, that's one person. So if everybody does a little bit, we really can change the world.
What's the first step that you would say to someone who really needs to build momentum, whether it's, launching something new or just getting, fire under whatever is going, whatever their business is headed?
That's a great question, Aprille. I think first it's identifying their assets and their passion and pulling that passion out. I think sometimes people are afraid to let their passion shine and they play too small. Yeah. And really, the more you let your passion out in whatever it is, whether you're an entrepreneur or running a nonprofit, and you show up as your true self, that's number one. And number two is surrounding yourself by greatness, surrounding yourself by other people that inspire you. And because everyone wants to help that enterprise succeed to the next level.
Brenda, as we wrap up, and I want to thank you so much for joining us, how do we contact you for more information?
Well, my website, brendafraser.com, and 314-704-4412 is my cell number, and I'm on Facebook, and my radio show is called Alive to Thrive, so it's facebook.com/Alive to Thrive.
Excellent.
And always looking forward to guests, so maybe I'll have one of you on soon.
We'd love to.
Well, thank you so much.
And thanks so much for helping people make a difference in the world.
Well, I love this program because you do have nonprofits on often, so thank you.
All right, we'll be right back with more of St. Louis Presents, and we'll be talking about what you can do to prepare for the next tax season.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
And welcome back. And with us in our studio right now, we have the #1 tax attorney in St. Louis, Apollo Carey. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, my friend. That was a great welcome. Appreciate it.
Number one.
That's awesome.
So I just have to say this, Apollo.
Sure.
Tax and attorney, 2 words that scare the heck out of a business person.
Yeah.
So,
you're probably right about that.
I mean, sometimes you gotta wonder what it takes for somebody to walk in your door, right?
Yeah.
And then sometimes it's is it more the fear or what? Tell us a little bit about how your practice works.
Yeah. Well, typically when people come to me, it's because there's some sort of issue. They're in trouble in some way, and really they're the fear and being scared, that probably has already happened to them. They're coming to me to seek relief. And so typically we get people who come in, and I would say probably more often than not, they're people who are what you would consider non-filers, people who haven't filed in several years, and people who owe money. Maybe they have a garnishment, a lien, a levy, or something of that nature, and they need some relief with that. So I get those folks who come in who are already in some sort of tax trouble, and they're seeking relief. The other part of my business is also we do bookkeeping, tax accounting, payroll services for small business owners.
Well, let's follow that up. I mean, when people, and I recognize that people come to you when they're in trouble, do they find the solution? Are you able to help them?
Well, that's my job. That's what we do, is we try to help people get out of trouble. And really what trouble means is generally they're out of compliance in some way, shape, or form. They haven't filed, or they haven't paid, or one of the taxing authorities, either the IRS or the Department of Revenue, is leaning, levying, garnishing, and so they come to me to seek relief from that. And so yes, we do what we can to devise a strategy to help those folks get out from under that burden.
I think that I want to now call you the tax relief attorney.
Is that right?
I like that better.
I like that.
That's a
right?
good one.
Tax relief
that
makes
is
me want
good.
to come in even when I'm scared witless, right?
Absolutely.
So what are the things that, because we're finishing up the tax season,
Right.
and this is the time people probably start panicking about February, March.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
They start coming in and calling, and the phone kind of rings off the hook right about mid-March.
Exactly, yeah. So what are some of the things, I got to ask this because I'm just a planner, right? And what are some of the things that you recommend people do starting now,
Right.
so that next year they don't feel that dread and they don't worry about these things?
Yeah. It's good that you say you're a planner, because there are a lot of people out there who aren't, and they don't think about things in advance. So thinking about things in advance is, having that disposition really helps you with regard to taxes. When it comes to individuals, the thing I'd say that will help you is to, just keep good records. You got to make sure you keep good records. You got to make sure that you are filing. A lot of people think that because they may owe money and they may not have the money to pay, that they shouldn't file, because then they will stay off of the IRS's radar. Well, that's a misconception.
Puts you on their radar even more, doesn't it?
Well, it can. Typically what happens is these people are either employees or they are contractors of some kind, and they work with someone. And employers and people who pay contractors also have reporting requirements. And so they're reporting already to the IRS what it is they paid you. And so the fact that you're not then, making sure that you report or file your taxes is kind of a red flag in front of the IRS's eyes. So,
Counselor, the thing that I like about your business, number one, I hear the commercials of those who advertise that they do what you do, but generally they're out of state, right?
Typically.
And you're local.
I am local.
But if I'm in trouble, and I know I'm in trouble, what's my first step?
Well, the first step is to pick the phone up and call. Unlike some of my competitors that are out of state, you can actually come and visit me at our office. And
Will you hold my hand?
I'll hold your hand. I'll sing you a song. I'll try to do everything I can to calm you. Yeah, well, yeah, it's a, people often, a lot of clients that come in and say, man, you're so calm about this. And I mean, I find that having the calm demeanor helps the clients, because when they come in, they already have a stress reaction, because I think the phrase taxes or tax debt or anything like that just causes a stress reaction in people. And I think that's why you have so many people who are out of compliance and don't file, is because they're having a stress reaction to the fact that they may have to pay money or something of that nature.
It goes back to biblical times.
Yeah, it probably does. It probably, because taxes are about that old.
But one of the things that is so important is that you can't hide from it. It's going to catch up with you.
I agree.
So you may as well just walk in the door and deal with it.
I agree.
And having someone, seriously, I'd say hold someone's hand, but truly having someone to sit across the table and someone to look in the eye and say, it's going to be okay.
Right.
It might be painful in the process, but it's going to be okay.
Right, and it's always better to do that on the front end than to have to undo things on the back end, because that always costs more money, it's more time consuming. And so, yeah, I think it's always best to come in, sit down, have someone kind of guide you through the process. You may not like everything we have to to say, but at the same time, we will definitely do what we can to keep you in compliance. We'll definitely do what we can so that you can sleep easier and just kind of, get that weight off your back.
Well, it's kind of like, in this last minute we've got, it's kind of like the bad news versus the worst news, isn't it? But isn't it the case that do you find that most people realize they're in trouble and just want to run and hide from it?
That's exactly what happens, Vern. That's exactly what happens. People realize that, hey, I may owe money. And so then they decide, well, I owe money, so I don't want to file, because if I file, then they'll know where I am. But they already know where you are. And then they kind of let it spiral out of control, because they may not file in 1 year, and then the next year they may owe money again, and then they don't file. And so, I'll have people come into the office, 2 or 3 years, and they don't, they haven't filed and they need help. And so it happens all the time.
The good news is you can fix it. So how can people reach you if they need you to hold their hand while you fix it?
Right. Well, my company's name is Meridian Tax Advisors. We are located at 12179 St. Charles Rock Road in Bridgeton. And the phone number is 314-739-8297.
Attorney Carey, thank you so much for coming in. What an informative interview.
Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we're going to be with Kimberly Johnson of Naturally Fit Studio.
Well, actually, April's going to be with
that's
Kimberly,
right. I'm going to be there.
And she's going to be doing this workout, which I'm really looking forward to this. Kimberly's going to show us how to get in shape. Be right back.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Nice. Yes, go! Yes! No! Come on! Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Welcome back to St. Louis Presents, and I am here with Kimberly Johnson of Naturally Fit Studio.
Hi, April.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Are you ready to do something about getting into your summer clothes?
I am.
Okay, well, don't panic. I'm going to help you.
I know, so it was a mixed emotion there.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to tell people, though, because people get nervous at this time, right? They go, oh, my God, swimsuit's coming.
Yes.
And I don't want to deal with this, and I don't have enough time. But can you just give us, 3 top things that people need to know to prepare for exercise and swimsuit season and getting fit?
Absolutely. Yeah, before you jump in to, just panic mode and start going to the gym, there's a couple really important things that you should know. Okay. First of all, with the summer, we get more dehydrated. So hydration, number 1, drink your water.
And if you hate water like me?
If you hate water, add lemon to it.
Oh.
Lemon adds a little flavor, plus just the scent of lemon alone boosts your immune system. So it's a double win, right? Okay. The second one is, and with water, I have a little tip for you. You can't tell how much you're taking in. First of all, you need half your body weight every day. Half your body weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So how you measure that is by keeping a gallon of water on the counter the first couple days and seeing how much you're going through.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and if you're not at home, then you do it at work. The second thing is that you want to make sure that you've eaten more than an hour previous to your workout. So if you eat within that hour, you're going to feel the blood flow to your stomach, and then you feel nauseous during your workout. You'll know why. Yeah. More than an hour before, make sure it's a protein and a carb, and it fuels you through your workout. Okay, and thirdly, we have just getting just actually moving around and getting up and going every day is really important.
Okay.
So figuring out how to put it into your schedule. You know, summer's coming, kids are going to be home, so be prepared. You said you like to be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared. Think about when's the best time, and if you don't have time, I've got some moves for you here today that you can do right in your kitchen at home.
In the kitchen?
Yes.
All right, well then show me what you got.
All right, you ready? So when
Let's
you're
go.
making your lasagna and you're watching the pot boil, we're going to curtsy lunge. So you don't need the weights for
No
this.
weights,
You don't need
okay.
anything.
All right.
Yep. And you're just going to stand nice and straight. You want to draw that belly button in, and right away you're turning on that switch to your core. So you're working your core now. We're going to lunge forward, leading with our toe, coming into our heel, pushing off with our heel, and bring it back. Curtsy lunge, getting into the glute medius. It's booty, getting that booty lifted. People say to me, how do I get my booty skinnier? Don't make it skinnier. Lift it, tighten it, tone it. Yeah.
I love
Go with
that.
what you got.
I know, I don't want to lose it. I just want to lift it.
Yeah, just lift it. Bootylicious, right? So let's do
Cool.
one more.
All
Great.
right.
Second move
I'm doing it on both
is-
sides.
Yeah, you want to keep that booty
Right.
even, not higher and tighter on one. So the second move does require some weights.
Okay.
So you can go to Target or anywhere and get some dumbbells. I love dumbbells. They're easy to carry and move around with. Plus they challenge your balance as well. So you're going to keep your feet hip distance apart, weight in your heels. I want you to stick that booty back behind you and push through your heels to come up, bicep curl, and press. So we're working a lot of different muscle groups here. Do this for 5 minutes in your kitchen, seriously, while you're cooking.
minutes?
While you're do it for 1 minute. Do it for 1 minute
All
and
right,
see
I'll
what
give you-
happens.
I'll give you
Come on.
2.
Yes,
I'll
2
give you 2.
minutes, all right? So give me 3 more, give me 1 more, and do a chest press. Beautiful. Now we're going to come back, same stance. Come back, get that booty way back, chest towards the floor, get the elbows behind your back. So go ahead and bend those elbows. Triceps. What do we think about in the summer? Getting in those t-shirts, all right? So kick it back. Keep the elbows tight. And just, oh, come on, do this every day.
I know, these burn.
April.
Okay, these burn.
This is going to burn, baby.
gonna lie.
Burn feels good.
I know.
Right? This
But it
burn,
helps when you're like waving.
Yes.
You know, you're doing the princess wave.
Yeah, we don't want bat wings, no bat wings, right? So we want to look good in our tank tops this summer. This will do it, ladies, every day, this and a little squat, and you're good to go. So
I feel it.
It's,
Oh my gosh.
getting out, playing with the kids is another way.
And we're using light weights, so.
We're using light weights, and I have a lot of suggestions on my website too. So you can go to the
Where
website.
can people find you on the website?
naturallyfitstl.com.
Excellent.
And we do programs on Sunday with the Asthma and Allergy Foundation. It's called Sunday Fun Day, where we take you and the kids to the playgrounds. And there's details on the website for that. So
Excellent. Naturally fit STL.
and we give you a playground workout.
Hey, Vern,
Great
you
job.
missed it.
No, I was.
Were
all
you in the
over-
back?
I'm all over the booty.
I got time
I'm all
for
over
you
the
to
booty
plank.
segment.
You want a booty?
Fantastic.
Yep, come on, let's see it.
Come back and join us next time. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at STL TV channel. Tell us what you think of the new show.
We'll be right back next
time.
I was waiting for you to do it with me.
I should have done it with you.
That's okay.